There's absolutely no excuse in being lazy about your thumbnails. You can get a decent one done in under 5 minutes from a simple screenshot of your game. Every software used in this tutorial is completely free and listed below. Our good friend Pink will show you how to actually do it. Make sure to subscribe for more tutorials and say thank you to Pink in the comments below.
This is how I create my thumbnails. I start by pasting an image onto GIMP and moving it where I think fits best. Then I copy that into remove.bg, which usually removes the background very well. And I paste it back into here and I scale the layer to 100, 128. And if it doesn't fit, I move it, but most times it's perfect. Then I create layer groups and name them accordingly. Once we're here, we're gonna start applying filters. I love starting with the drop shadow, opacity full, no X and Y, no blur radius, and around 7, 8, 9. And going to repeat sometimes depending on your image with a white color, a bit of a blur, sometimes a bit of glow, sometimes less opacity to give a bit of a glow. Then under colors, I like increasing the exposure a bit and even the black level to make it brighter. I love increasing the contrast just to make it a bit more distinguishable. And under light and shadow, bloom, I apply a bit of bloom under lower thresholds, which you can always use split view to see the difference, which can be quite minor. We're going to repeat a similar process with the background, reducing a bit of exposure to make it a bit darker, applying a blur to make it less in focus, a Gaussian blur, or reducing the brightness. Any changes you do, you can always revert, so it's quite easy to understand what the difference is. And then for the text, I like copying a color unless I have something in mind, and I use luckiest guy, Bobo, ever. As you can see, the text doesn't really pop out, so we're going to use drop shadow. We can change the color at any time, so we might choose something that's a bit brighter and whatnot, and that could be the thumbnail. I like also adding what I call shadows. So I use a gradient foreground to transparent to be something like that, which can help the foreground pop even more depending on what your foreground and background combination are. Extra tip, you can select by color tool and select, let's say, the font color, use a gradient of 2 colors, and then create a gradient on the text to create an effect changing colors. And that's how I create my thumbnails.